you don't see any bountiful results in your life. All right, let's keep going. So we talk about awakening. Now let's talk a little bit more about this divine purpose and discovery of divine nature. Let's go to page 27. Russell, can you start the first two paragraphs?
You just had to ask me first.
Oh, you came in late.
Right. Let me
Page 27.
find it.
I'll start. You can pick up. There's a part of you that knows who you really are and what you are called to do. Beyond your gender, age, race, culture, religion, orientation, socioeconomic status, family dynamic, educational level, credit history is your true identity. The authenticity of who you are is deeper than any title in front or behind your name, any role that you fulfill or position that you hold. Your life is a search for deeper meanings that surpass human limitations. When Jesus was 12, he and his parents traveled to Jerusalem for one of the major Jewish feasts. While in Jerusalem, he left his parents, Mary and Joseph. They were unable to find him for 3 days. While his parents were searching for him, he was on a mission to discover his true identity and a search for the meaning of his life. Can you pick up, Russell?
Yes. Following Jesus as your way shower calls you to leave the familiar to search for something deeper. Sometimes your attachment to old thought, speech, and behavior patterns makes it challenging for you to walk away, but holistic growth and development is worth it. Reflection question: are you having any challenges letting go of the familiar? If so, what is comfortable that desires to cling to you? What challenges you from letting them go?
Okay, so as you are evolving, as we are evolving into our purpose, into our destiny, there is going to be a demand on each of us to let go of old ways of thinking, old ways of speaking, old pattern behavior, old behavior patterns that make it challenging for us to walk in the divine purpose we're called to. It is, again, the natural progression. Some things you just have to let go of. Some places you just have to stop attending. Some things you just have to stop saying if you're going to move to the next level in your purpose. And again, it becomes a challenge because we resist the order. And so again, Jesus is our pattern, our way shower of what it means to be fully human and fully divine. So my question is, uh, so let me read this. How has God revealed your purpose through times of searching or confusion? Oftentimes, and I'll preface the question, oftentimes, some of the most confusing and stressful times in my life have been the discovery of a purpose. And what I thought was tragic and horrible and painful, God used it to just explode my mind and say for this purpose. And I can share this because people know me know I'm in recovery as well. And I remember when I was clean and sober for about 2 years, and I was having a conversation with Bishop Pulley at the time, and I was asking him, why did I have to go this way? What was it? And he started talking about your soul call for this experience. But then he began to say to me that this was all part of your purpose and destiny. You had to go this road to get to where you are today. You couldn't have come any other way than the road you came. And it became palatable, became digestible for me because that released me from guilt and shame. That released me from self-condemnation, that my life was not a total waste, that the mistakes I made did not define me, but they made me better. All of you are a result of me following my purpose and destiny. Every single one of you. I would have never met you. You certainly would have never met me had I not gone the road that I went and come to where I am full circle today. So let's talk about, we'll start with Destiny. Let's talk about just your thoughts about how you come to discover in your moments of clarity, your moments of confusion, your moments of transition. And it's open.
Okay. Mine was quite okay. Let me put it an interesting story. As I've earlier mentioned before, um, like we read, like there's a part of you that will always know that this is something you are meant to do. So right from a young age, I've always had this knowing that okay, this is what or where in this dimension that. But truthfully, I never wanted, like I said, I ran from it. So even when I feel like I find myself being led, even in children church, things like that, leadership, come to God, come do this, I always found a way to distance myself from it. Okay, so then in Nigeria, once you're done with college, there's this mandatory 1 year service that you do as a it's every Nigerian does it. Once you finish from college, you're meant to do a 1 year service where you are posted to a different part of the country. You serve in a particular a school, an industry, a company, or whatever. It's called the National Youth Service Corps. So once you're done with that year service, then before you then go on to apply for jobs and things like that. So when I was doing mine, I thought in a school, but towards that end of that whole 1 year period, when I was about to go back, I started asking myself, okay, so I'm done with school, I'm done with this service. So but what next? What is life holding for me? What am I meant to be doing? So that search, that quest for meaning, that quest for what am I supposed to be doing? That led me into times of confusion, praying, where should I go? Should I even go back home to my family? Because where I was posted to was like 2 states of quite a distance away from family. So I was virtually alone. So I was like, oh, should I go back? Should I start building from here? Should I continue from here? Should I move on to someplace else? So that whole period of confusion. But then as time will have it, my time there got elapsed. I had to go back home because I hadn't reached any decision. On getting back home, still I was still not, there yet. I was like, okay, so what am I supposed to be doing? Okay, jobs, should I go for my masters? Should I start pursuing, getting, but then things were still not there until I started praying, getting closer to God. And it was in that season of, I wouldn't want to call it withdrawal, but more of introspection and, praying and seeking God. And like, okay, the knowing came again deeper, like okay, this is where you are, something about ministry. You have to just, that was when I said, okay, you know what, this thing has been coming all the way from a long time, when I was young. Now that it has become, okay, why not give it a thought, why not give it a go? And that was how I said, okay, you know what, let's accept it. Since it's what it is how it has come to be. So in summary, I think what my thought is that that quest, that searching really did open my eyes to what I would say I had known, but I didn't want to. But then it really helped develop who I am today. So yes.
Okay. Javon?
Can you restate the question?
I think I can. It's more so just a thought, your thoughts about